है print. So if I called print और इस मैक्रो को मैंने पास किया वैल्यू 10, क्या होगा? अल्टीमेटली ये जो प्रिंट है इसके जगह ये एक्सपेंशन पुट किया जाएगा. राइट हियर एक्सपेंशन ऑफ माय मैक्रो. दैट मीन्स व्हाट विल हैपन? राइट हियर दे विल राइट व्हाट? प्रिंट. सो यहाँ पे प्रिंट 10, दैट मीन्स प्रिंट नाम का मैक्रो कॉल किया. यहाँ पे स्ट्रिंगाइजेशन ये जो आप यूज कर रहे हो यहाँ पे होगा क्या वो मैं बता रहा हूँ आपको. ठीक है. सो दिस प्रिंट इज अ मैक्रो जिसको वेरिएबल पास किया है, दैट इज var पास किया व्हिच इज 10 आई हैव पास्ड. एंड ऑल ऑफ अस आर अवेयर when we call any macro के पास कंट्रोल नहीं जाएगा, rather whatever the expansion of a macro is there written mentioned there, this expansion itself replace this macro within my code. that means value पुट किए जाएंगे. so यहाँ पे क्या actually print होगा, क्या पुट किया जाएगा? so it will printf whatever value we have passed within a var, we have passed value to the var, it is 10. that means right here 10 will be placed within a double quote. what we are having equal to percent d and comma, what is the value within var? it is 10. So what is the utility of this stringizing? right here you are just simply mentioning syntax like hash var again double quote equal to percent d double quote close comma 10. अगर आपको कहीं पे आउटपुट ऐसा इस तरह से जनरेट करने को बोला रहेगा तो आपको स्ट्रिंगाइजिंग का इस्तेमाल करना है. यानी अल्टीमेटली इस लाइन का आउटपुट क्या आएगा? 10 इक्वल टू 10 ऐसे आएगा ना. इज इट ओके? यहाँ पे इक्वल टू मेंशन किया, डोंट फॉरगेट दैट. ठीक है. 10 it will be printed as it is equal to percent d. what we are having right here, it is a 10, that means 10 will be printed. Something like that. There is one more which is called as a token pasting operator, which is double hash. and how to how it does operates? so it will simply concat the values passed to it as a string. जैसे string के अंदर concatenation operation perform करते हैं, just like that it will concat the values passed to it. that means it will simply produce output like a concat, that is token pasting. b, that means if you pass 10 20, so it will be like 10 and 20. combines argument of a macro with some symbol. so this is the symbol. so what it will do, it will just perform the concatenation operation. that's it. we'll understand what is the limitation, rather difference of macro and function. function have declaration, definition and call. macro definition contain macro argument and expansion code. function are called at runtime by creating var on stack. macro are replaced blindly by the preprocessor before compilation. so this is the significance here. functions are type safe, macro are not type safe. ये पॉइंट हमने रियलाइज किया अभी थोड़ी देर पहले अंडर लिमिटेशन ऑफ अ मैक्रो. फंक्शन में बी रिकर्सिव, मैक्रो कैन नॉट बी रिकर्सिव. सो मैक्रो रिकर्सिव नहीं होंगे. फंक्शंस called multiple time doesn't increase code size. macro multi-line that is called multiple time increases code size. क्योंकि हमें पता है whenever we use a macro within my code, wherever it encounter, that is preprocessor encounters the call to the macro, it will simply replace that code with my expansion of a macro. Functions execute slower, macro execute faster. In which context? In context of FAR. So this is like a context of FAR में ये बता रहे हैं, but it is not like कि प्रोग्राम का ओवरहेड रिड्यूस करने के लिए यूज होंगे. ओके, नेक्स्ट, फॉर बिगर रीयूजेबल कोड स्निपेट फंक्शंस आर यूज्ड. मैंने आपको ऑलरेडी बोला था, आपको मैक्रो लिखना है, किसके लिए लिखना है? सिंगल लाइनर, वन लाइनर कोड के लिए लिखना है, या फिर फॉर्मूला है वहां पे उसके लिए यूज करना है. फॉर स्मॉलर कोड स्निपेट formulas macro are preferred. That means formula यूज करना है, स्मॉलर कोड है, वन लाइनर कोड है, यूज मैक्रो सिंपली. नेक्स्ट इज conditional compilation. And what is the usage of conditional compilation? Now you need to check the condition. That means you need to check the, rather make the decision before compilation process. Then this compilation is used. That is conditional compilation is used. It is like hash define pi. Now we need to identify this pi is right here symbolic constant. We need to check whether it is defined or not before compilation process. So right here जैसे हम लोग if statement लिखते हैं, else statement लिखते हैं, these all are the compile time statements. So if else जो होंगे, it is not like conditional like preprocessor, but right here if के तरह ही उन्होंने कुछ कंडीशनल दिया है, यहाँ पे कंडीशनल कंपाइलेशन दिया है. दैट इज हैश इफ, हैश एल्स, हैश एंड इफ. दैट मीन्स इफ आई सेड हैश डिफाइन पाई 3.142 let's say, and so it is true, I need to check whether pi is defined or not. So what I will mention? I will mention hash if defined pi. Now if pi defined होगा तभी this statement, that means if this if statement will be true, it will be true if and only if pi is defined, else it will select this part. That means अगर pi defined है तो ये printf स्टेटमेंट सिलेक्ट होगा और डाटा फाइल में सिर्फ एक ही printf सिलेक्ट हुआ दिखेगा. else अगर pi undefined है, then इस केस में सिर्फ ये वाला स्टेटमेंट आपको सिलेक्टेड दिखेगा. So this is the case why we use this syntax, that is conditional syntax for the preprocessor, because if you want to make any decision before compilation process, so as preprocessing is done before compilation, it can be used to control the source code to be made available for the compilation process. The condition should be evaluated at preprocessing time, constant values like conditional comparison. So all are these. So this is conditional compilation. Next is topic, most important topic, which is the structure. स्ट्रक्चर ये जो टॉपिक है, इसके ऊपर ट्विस्टर्स आपको डिक्लेरेशन पे दिए जाते हैं, इनिशियलाइजेशन पे दिए जाते हैं, या फिर इसका कॉम्बिनेशन यूज किया जाता है, एरे ऑफ अ स्ट्रक्चर वेरिएबल, पॉइंटर ऑफ अ स्ट्रक्चर वेरिएबल, और उसके ऊपर आपको क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं, एंड थ्योरी प्लस कांसेप्ट रिगार्डिंग स्ट्रक्चर. So we will understand what is structure, what is the requirement of structure, how to declare structure, how to initialize the structure. We will first write down the headline, that is structure, and understand what is the structure, and further we will understand what is the requirement. So आप दो तीन पॉइंट लिख के रखिए जो मैं बताता हूँ. Structure is a user defined data type. So this is most important point from the perspective of declaration as well as hierarchy of a different type of other data type within C programming. So structure ये गिना जाता है user defined data types में. Again, structure stores logically related, similar or non-similar element in contiguous memory location. So I want you to note down this point. This point is very much important from the perspective of concept of a structure, which is structure stores logically related, that is relevant, logically related, similar, ये दो पॉइंट लिखना इंपॉर्टेंट है, सिमिलर और यानी एज वेल एज नॉन सिमिलर एलिमेंट्स इन कॉन्टिग्युअस मेमोरी लोकेशन. Now further ahead I will give you the declaration for the structure and requirement we will understand and will go step by step. I hope ये पॉइंट लिख लिया आपने. एक ही पॉइंट लिखना है जो मैंने यहाँ पे मेंशन, दो पॉइंट लिखने हैं जो मेंशन किए. स्ट्रक्चर इज यूजर डिफाइंड डेटा टाइप. सेकंड पॉइंट इज स्ट्रक्चर स्टोर लॉजिकली रिलेटेड सिमिलर और नॉन सिमिलर एलिमेंट इन कॉन्टिग्युअस मेमोरी लोकेशन एंड दैट्स इट. First we will realize why we are going to use the structure and then we will write the structure. Suppose I am having integer num1, num2, num3, कुछ ऐसे वेरिएबल्स है मेरे पास. ओके, व्हाट आई जनरली प्रीफर, अगर मेरे पास सिमिलर टाइप ऑफ एलिमेंट्स है n number of, if I am having multiple similar data type of element, despite of writing them separately, what generally I will do, I will simply create an array of it, right? But यहाँ पे एक ऑब्जर्व करने वाली बात है. Have you noted all variable here of same data type, right? Fine. This is the case. So what I will do, I will generate int arr. How many elements I want to represent? Integer num1, integer num2, integer num3. Total 3 are there. Yes or no? Is it okay? But this will happen in case of similar data types, same type of a data, right? Data type. Okay, fine. So I will keep it commented. Now see, my requirement is what? So I will give one problem statement to you. My problem statement is that question is accept, rather store the student info. What is student info? What is the information of any student? Let's say I will say his roll number. So integer roll number. Next is student has a roll number, student has a marks, yes or no? So I will say double marks and student has a section, let's say character section. So roll number के लिए वैल्यू, पॉसिबल वैल्यू क्या हो सकती है? It could be like 101. स्टूडेंट के मार्क्स या परसेंटेज जो भी है वो हो सकते हैं समथिंग लाइक दिस, एंड सेक्शन हो सकता है पॉसिबली ए. ओके, दिस कुड बी द इंफॉर्मेशन ऑफ वन स्टूडेंट. info, student info, and I will print it. So if I mention roll number, mark, section, so पहले तो मुझे input लेना पड़ेगा. So I will write down printf slash n roll number equal to scanf. Again within scanf I will mention percent d as it is integer and percent roll number, and same बाकी के भी जो रहेंगे, that is I need to enter let's say marks. Again marks of a student which are double, I will say LF, and next is section of a student which is nothing but कौन सा था character it is, so I will say C. Fine. And also I need to print the information, student information, so I will say printf slash n roll number it is %d comma roll number, and just like that I will print another, that is mark, it is lf dot 2. Next is section which is again character and mention section. That's it. Fine. Compile the code and run it. So it is demo number 8. Run it. Again, it will ask me to enter roll number. I will say 101. Marks are 80. And it hasn't asked for section because it considered, let's say, enter as input for section character. So I can say get char. Save, compile and run. One more time, 101 percentage is 80, and is it considering? No, I haven't compiled it. Compiled it? Yes. Just a minute. Right here I need to mention get char while accepting. My bad. So where? Right here. I will say get char. That's it. Clear the screen, compile the code and run it. Roll number 101, marks are 80 and section is A. Information of one student has been printed. Now this is only for one student information declaration. This is accepting and printing logic. Now meanwhile I want to gather next, that is second information of another student. Then what should I do? Any suggestion from your side? Can I use roll number, mark and section same variable to store or gather the information of next student? And if I do so, what will happen to the previous data? It will be lost. Yes, but I don't want to lose this previous data of student number 1, as well as I want to have enter, let's say, information of next student number 2. What I need to do in such case? Do I need to write one more variable called as roll number 1 integer, marks 1 integer, section 1? Is it smarter solution? No, simply not. Because it may happen that right now they are asking you to store only 2 students information. In future they might ask you to store information of 1000 students. In that case, will you write this declaration 1000 times? No, that is not the smarter way. Now I need to find for, is there any other data type other than array which will store different data type of variables data. Is there any? So it is there, which is called as structure. So declaring the variable n number of times, this is not the proper way, and it will also increase the code regarding this. Okay, so what I will do, I will take the help of a structure. And what is structure? It is user defined data type used to data element, data type element या data element. which are logically related. So I will say related because यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं right now integer, roll number, double, mark and character section, these three variables are different data type, logically related. How they are logically related? They all together makes what? Information of a student. Yes or no? That means roll number, mark and section all are what? Related. That's why I will prefer name of structure. And now it is time to mention structure. So I will mention element of structure. So element of structure कौन से होंगे? Roll number, then double, marks, next character, section, and that's it. So ये सभी के सभी एलिमेंट्स हैं स्ट्रक्चर के, एंड बॉडी ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर, बॉडी ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर, दैट इज स्ट्रक्चर. नेक्स्ट, these are the elements of a structure and you need to mention at last end of the structure. So this is the you need to follow to declare any structure. Is it fine? Clear? What is the syntax? Keyword struct followed by कौन से structure का नाम क्या है? Keyword defined. So I can give student std anything. उसके बाद में within body of structure, that is opening curly bracket, closing curly bracket, body of structure, I will mention element of a structure and then I must mention end of the structure, otherwise वो next line पे error देगा. यहाँ पे देखो, यहाँ पे error आ रहा है, expected semicolon. So it is mandatory, end of the structure has to be mentioned right here. Next, now this syntax is old fashioned, so I will just comment out this. I just comment out this and at the same side I will keep it as it is for your reference. हाँ, अब मुझे now what I need, I want to access the element of a structure. Next job, how to access an element of structure के elements को access कैसे करेंगे? So solution, answer for it is you need to create the variable of structure. स्ट्रक्चर का वेरिएबल बनाना है. दैट मीन्स हाउ टू क्रिएट द वेरिएबल ऑफ अ स्ट्रक्चर. इस स्ट्रक्चर का वेरिएबल कैसे बनाएंगे? अब मैंने आपको क्या बोला था, ये स्ट्रक्चर लिख रहे हैं, दैट मीन्स वी आर क्रिएटिंग आवर ओन यूजर डिफाइंड डेटा टाइप. दैट मीन्स in like any other data type, I must be able to create the variable of this structure student data type, right? तो अगर मुझे integer primitive data type है, इसका अगर मुझे वेरिएबल बनाना है तो मैं सिंटैक्स क्या लिखता हूँ? डेटा टाइप फॉलोड बाय नेम ऑफ द वेरिएबल. जस्ट लाइक दैट I need to create variable for the structure. Now please tell me how we declared the structure. It is keyword struct. What is the name of a structure? Student. Followed by name of the variable. So I will say S1. That's it. Right here, S1 is variable of structure student. Structure student का S1 यहाँ पे क्या है? वेरिएबल है. Is it okay? Fine. अब मुझे क्या करना है? अब मुझे रोल नंबर को एक्सेस करना है, मार्क्स को एक्सेस करना है, सेक्शन को एक्सेस करना है. And to access the variable, rather element of a structure, there is one syntax. What is that syntax? to access, अगर मुझे roll number को access करना है, how can I access it? I have created the variable. So S1 is the variable of a student structure. So I will say S1 dot, जैसे डॉट गया यहाँ पे देखो लिस्ट आ गया. इस लिस्ट में क्या है? मार्क्स, रोल नंबर, सेक्शन. ये क्या है? मार्क, रोल नंबर, सेक्शन. what are these? These all are element of a structure student. यहाँ पे दिख रहा है आपको. Can you see it? Please check it. Roll number, mark, section. What are those? Those all are element of a structure student. So how am I accessing it? I am accessing it with variable name, dot operator, and name of a element of a structure, whichever you want to access. So I will say S1 dot roll number is equal to, I will mention 101. Next, I will say S1 dot, I need to, let's say, assign some value for marks. I will say 80%, and next S1 dot section is equal to, in single quote, A. Is it okay? Everyone? Is it okay? Next, I need to print this information on the terminal. How can I? So I will say slash n roll number is equal to %d, comma. Again, now please tell me, I need to print the roll number. How can I? Name of variable S1 dot roll number. Okay. Next, I will say printf. In this line, I need to print marks equal to %lf dot to S1 dot marks printf slash n section equal to %c, comma S1 dot section, and that's it. This is like I am accessing and assigning some value to the element of a structure variable S1's elements, and I am printing all these. Let's check on terminal. Is it producing expected output? Yes. Roll number is 101, marks are 80%, section is A. Right now I have shown you how to write down a structure, create its variable, and access the elements, and right here I have also printed it likewise. Now we need to understand what is going around at background, that means inside memory, how variable of a structure will be represented or get the memory. So for that I will copy this declaration of a structure. We'll go to 1. शायद हैंग हो गया ये. We'll close it. Okay, now I will draw the diagram for representing how any structures variable can be stored or will get stored within the memory. So this is the declaration of a structure. I will mention it here as it is. Resize it to 12. Next, within main function, if I am giving this a declaration in main function, I am printing again the syntax. So the syntax has to be like this. For this, how memory will be allocated, let's discuss about this. So as usual, I will draw some block of memory right here. Of course, this will be in stack section. This these all are the blocks. So these all are the blocks of a memory. Block of a memory. Fine. Please focus here. Struct student S1. I have created one variable of a student structure S1. What S1 will contain? Now please focus. S1 will contain all the elements of a structure. That means roll number, marks and section. Now please tell me, how many bytes will be required to store the integer roll number? 4 byte. 4 byte here. To store the double value, it will be 8 byte. To store the character, it will be 1 byte. Fine. So within a memory, roll number, that is 4 byte, initialized with garbage value. Next, marks. Again, it will be initialized with garbage value. Next is section. It will be like section, it will be like garbage value. And most important thing, just like array, elements of a structure gets memory in contiguous memory location. That means अगर बेस एड्रेस यहाँ पे 100 है, रोल नंबर को स्टोर करने के लिए कितने बाइट लग रहे हैं? 4 बाइट. 100, 101, 100, 101, 102, 103. Next address will start from 104, that is marks. Marks को लग रहे 8 बाइट, right? 8 बाइट लग रहे. That means 104 से आगे 8 बाइट. 104, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So कितना हो जाएगा? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. यानी कितना हो जाएगा? 104 plus 8 कितना होगा? 100 and it is like 12. So यहाँ पे 112 नेक्स्ट मेमोरी का एड्रेस होगा which is section. सेक्शन को कितना बाइट लग रहा है? It will take 1 byte of memory. Again it will store garbage value initially. Then afterwards we are storing the values, that is s dot roll number equal to s dot roll number garbage value है, initialize assign कर रहे हैं 101. s1 dot marks, again right here it is storing currently garbage value, will be again assigned new value, that is 80%. s1 dot section, that is this one having garbage value, will be initialized with character a. So that is how the variable s1 right here will be represented. That means where is s1? So I will tell you s1 is right here. This is put together makes s1. This is s1, which is variable of structure student. Now next question arises, if I am declaring one more variable, if I say struct student s2, where it will be declared. बहुत सारे लोगों को ये मिथ लगता है कि ये कॉन्टिग्यूअस मेमोरी में होगा. नो, it is a random variable, so it will get stored within random memory. यानी इसको स्टोर किया जाएगा रैंडम मेमोरी पे. So I will say roll number, marks and section initialize with garbage value. हो सकता है इसका एड्रेस 100 है तो इसका कोई भी रैंडम एड्रेस हो. लेट्स सी इसका एड्रेस हो सकता है 480, 84, 490, sorry, 492. Okay, so this will be S2, called as S2. Again, this will be called as S2. Again, it is also a variable of a student structure but stored in different memory location. So this is S2 variable of, again, variable of structure student, right here. I hope you got this. Is it okay? Now my next question is, if I try to print the size of S1 या फिर S2, what it will be? पक्का 13 byte. Again, there is concept. There are few more preprocessor directives here. There are few more preprocessor directives are here. So मैं वही बताने का प्रयास करूंगा अभी आपको, ठीक है? So we will go back to the code. Rather here, we will do the required paperwork and we'll take size of. Right here, integer will take 4 byte. Double will take 8 byte. And सेक्शन कैरेक्टर है तो इसको लगेगा 1 byte, right? So I will just note down one note here and mention size of struct variable is addition of size of its all the elements. What I said, size of structure variable is addition of size of its all elements. So just check it. Integer का size of 4 byte, double का size of 8 byte, character का size of 1 byte. How many total bytes are there? 13 byte. So if I say size of /n, size of S1 is equal to %d, comma, size of S1. I am expecting 13 here as per the calculations. Is it okay? 13 byte. Am I getting 30 byte? That is the another story. How many bytes I am getting?
24.
Why? Why? यहाँ पे तो 24 आ रहा है, क्यों?
मतलब साइज ऑफ मेमोरी में कितना है उसके हिसाब से देता है। तो S1 में हमने 6 लिया था, तो इसका भी 4 लेना।
This is the formula and this is the paperwork. What gone wrong? So modern compilers, that means compiler vendor, are responsible for this. So nowadays what compiler vendors do, they will allocate the memory for variable of a structure in the multiple of 4. Okay? So that is why, so 24 you are getting here is like multiple of 4. So it will add some extra byte, that is padding, bit padding. सो कुछ बाइट यहाँ पे क्या होगा, पैड होंगे. सो टू अवॉइड दिस और टू बोल सकते हैं गेट करेक्ट आंसर, आई विल मेंशन हैश pragma. ये कहीं पे देखा था हमने, कहाँ पे देखा था? Today we have created .i file, there pragma mentioned, right? So hash pragma pack will pass value 1. So it will be responsible. Again, this is preprocessor directive as it is starting with symbol hash. So whichever symbol is starting with hash, we generally call it as a preprocessor directive, right? So hash pragma pack 1, if we mention, then right here we will get the desired output, desired value. So I will just compile the code now and mention, I will run the code and check it. What value I am getting here? Am I getting size of S1 is 13 byte? ये मिल गया हमें 13 byte यहाँ पे. Okay, so this is reason here we are getting desired output, that is 13 byte. So now we can expect here 13 byte, where यहाँ पे. Otherwise यहाँ पे output आता in multiple of 4 में. So this is the story behind. Next is right here you might have observed that whenever I am creating variable of a structure, we are getting some garbage value. That means elements are being initialized with a garbage value, and I don't want to initialize my structure variable with a garbage value, and to avoid it we can have initializers list. So it is a demo number 9.c. How to initialize, that is structure variable. So this is structure variables, variable. So within main I will write down code to create the student structure variable. So this is student S1. So this is the variable of a student structure and I want to initialize it. For that we will use initializers list, and within initializers list I will pass on the values for the element of a structure. यानी element student का structure का variable S1 मैंने बनाया है. डायग्राम में आपको दिख रहा है यहाँ पे initially garbage value है स्टोर हुई. I don't want this garbage value. मैं चाहता हूँ I want some relevant value, rather बोल सकते हैं यहाँ पे desired value. And for that what I will do, I will pass, rather initialize the variable of a structure. How? Roll number पहला element है, I must initialize it with value 101. Next one is marks, which is of type double. So I will mention again 80.00 comma character section. Section is character, so I will pass character value. That means just because of this particular syntax, what will happen within a memory or stack section, within stack section, so if it is a stack section or stack area, so few block will be allocated and those blocks will be initialized. If I am saying this is a stack section, okay. Now here I have declared one variable of a student structure. Roll number will be initialized with this value right here 101. maybe हो सकता है इसका एड्रेस 100 है. Next, this double which is marks, so marks will be initialized with this value. So 80.00, इसका एड्रेस हो सकता है 104 है. Next is this character A, which is for initializing the section. That means section will be initialized with character A. जिसका एड्रेस है 112. That means right here we have initialized the variable of student structure with initializers list. So this is one more example. Now we need to understand one more thing. Can we create the pointer of this particular structure variable? S1 जो structure variable है इसका pointer बना सकते हैं क्या? So we have declared the pointer for simple integer. If I want to create a pointer for integer, what must I do? I must match the data type of a variable whose pointer variable you want to create. So integer asterisk ptr equal to ampersand of num1. This is the basic rule to create the pointer variable. Right here ptr is a pointer, but this time I don't need, rather this is not my requirement. My requirement is that I need to create a pointer for this s1. How can I? क्या करना पड़ेगा? So I will mention it here. I will say what is the data type of this s1? Struct student. So I will copy it, mention it struct student. Further pointer है तो क्या मेंशन करना पड़ेगा? asterisk followed by pointer name equal to ampersand of s1. That's it. Right here this is pointer to struct. Pointer to struct यानी structure. This is example. Just note it with your side, your end, with you rather. ये अपने पास लिख के रखिए. So what it is? It is pointer to structure. ये दो लाइन लिखना, लाइन नंबर 17, लाइन नंबर 21, एंड इसके सामने ये भी लिखना है pointer to structure. पॉइंटर टू स्ट्रक्चर लिख लिया आपने? So right here ptr is pointer to structure. So ptr is pointer to structure. My next question, okay, my next question is which is how to access the struct elements with struct pointer. This is my question. So to access the elements of a structure with structure pointer, syntax is pointer name followed by arrow operator. This is, as soon as I have mentioned arrow, it is giving me list of structure element, mark, roll number, section. These all are the element of a structure. That is variable name for a pointer variable, that is ptr is a pointer variable to the structure. Arrow operator, and mention name of the element you want to access. If I want to access marks, so ptr arrow marks. So I will just mention it within a printf statement so that we could identify the values. So I will say slash n roll number equal to %d comma ptr कौन सा ऑपरेटर है, नेम ऑफ पॉइंटर वेरिएबल फॉलोड बाय कौन सा ऑपरेटर है, इट इज एरो ऑपरेटर रोल नंबर. इधर ध्यान दो, मैंने ऑलरेडी बताया है मोबाइल फोन लैपटॉप आर नॉट अलाउड विद इन द लेक्चर हॉल और लैब. Meanwhile, you are accessing it and using it. So ठीक है, आपको आता है, बाकी लोगों को पढ़ने दो, है ना, वही स्ट्रैटेजी है, जियो और जीने दो, है ना. जनरली ये फैकल्टी के लिए बोला जाता है जियो और जीने दो, जब लेक्चर थोड़ा ये हो जाता है तब एक्सटेंड हो जाता है. लेकिन क्या करें, सिलेबस को मीट करना है, स्पीड हमारा वो मेंटेन होना चाहिए, तो देयर इज नो ऑप्शन. Next, we need to print the marks. So mention ptr arrow operator marks. We need to print the section. So ptr arrow operator section. That's it. Let's try to access these, and it is demo number 9. So demo number 9. Clear the screen and run it. So %c it is, everything I am printing with %d, right? So it is lf dot p. So fine, I will compile it one more time, demo 9, and print it. So I will get desired values here, roll number, marks and section. That's it, and that's how you can access the element of a structure, any structure. ये टॉपिक मैंने क्यों लिया, because it is required further when you pass variable of a structure to the function by value and by address. So this is like structure, rather I will say pointer to structure. Pointer to structure. This topic is required further. Next, I need to understand array to structure, that is array of a structure. Let's understand this topic. C does not limit a programmer to storing similar type data inside array. और ये जो टॉपिक है ना, array of a structure, this is most important topic. Why? Because it will be asked in twisters. Why? Because इसका जो मेमोरी डायग्राम है वो देख के आपको पता चलेगा. एंड नॉट ओनली सिंपल array of a structure they will ask, they will give you initializers list and they will ask you what will be the output for this. So please focus here. So user defined structure 2 can be element of array. Example, struct student as subscript of 10. So data of 10 student can be stored with the above example. So यहाँ पे above example जो है, यहाँ पे हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं, 10 student का structure variable store कर सकते हैं. That means I will emphasize upon same and also let you know how will be the diagram and rest of the things how they will work here. So it is demo number 10.c. int main, within main function I will write, rather I'm having one requirement. So requirement पे पूरा गेम चलता है डेवलपर के लाइफ का. So यहाँ पे फोकस करो. What is the requirement? Requirement is, let's say, store 2 students info, that is information. दो student का information store करना है. What I need to do? I will create 2 variable for the student structure, student s1, and also हमने अभी भी पढ़ा है how to initialize it. So 101 comma what is next, that is percentage dot 80 comma section is a. Next I will say I will give one more declaration, that is a student S2. I will store its information, maybe he is smarter or intelligent, and he is from section B. Fine. These two are structure student variable. Okay, fine, no worry, यहाँ तक के कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. Problem arises when my problem statement changes. Now they will ask you to store 200 student information. बराबर? Is it okay? Is it okay? Now, will you bother to write that many declaration, initialization, or is there any smarter way? Right? Now, please observe. Even though if I create three variables of a student structure S3, now do some analysis. S3, S2, S1 is of type student structure, that is struct student, right? These three are having the same data type. कुछ याद आ रहा है क्या? क्या? Similar type of element can be stored within array. Is it okay? So I can store the struct student variables within an array. So I will say ARR of कितना size है? 100 or 200? 200. Fine. Is it okay? यहाँ तक ठीक है everyone? Is it fine? Okay. So to make it simple, I will create array of size 3. Okay. So I will change one more time requirement. So I will say it is ARR of 3. Is it okay? Is it fine? Fine. Now we need to understand the diagram for same. Okay. Also, I can initialize this array with the given values. So I will change the value here. So he is less smarter or intelligent. So we got 70% is from section C. Okay. As well as not only I have declared the array, also I will, let's say, initialize it. So first element would be 101, 80%, and section is A. So this information belongs to which element? Very first, that is ARR of 0. This is student 1 info. So this is student 1 info. Student 1 info. Next, one more time I will say क्या information है? 102, 90%, section B, and maybe he is from like this data belongs to ARR of 1. Okay, that means student STD, let's say 2 का info है ये. नेक्स्ट एक और इंफॉर्मेशन है हमारे पास स्टूडेंट 3 के लिए, दैट इज रोल नंबर है उसका 103, 70 which is 70, section C is from, and this is like ARR of 2 is student 3 information. Now we need to realize this inside memory. So I hope this declaration is okay with you, and I will again draw the diagram for same. As we all are aware of, all element of a structure will get memory in continuous memory location. Array also, what it will be like? Continuous memory. So array of struct variables and their memory representation. So I'm talking about their memory representation. It is something like this. So please focus here how it will be stored within memory. So as usual, there will be memory block. These all are the memory blocks here. Now please help. First we'll mention ARR of 0. So ARR of 0 we will mention first. What is the first information? It is roll number. Roll number which is initialized with value 101. Base address अगर है 100. Next is marks. Marks is like 80%. So 80.00. यहाँ पे एड्रेस क्या होगा 104. Next is section. Section is like value capital A. It is 112. Next, so यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक ये पूरा का पूरा ARR of 0 है. ये ध्यान में रखना. Is it fine? Everyone? Next, अब ARR of 1 के बारे में बात करेंगे. ARR of 1. ARR of 1, roll number, starting with roll number. What will be the address of this next? It will be 113. So section will require 1 byte, na? Right? Is it okay, everyone? Fine. Next location starting with 113. Information is 102, which is the roll number again. So this is the roll number again. Contiguous memory में store होगा. क्यों? Why? This is after all array, and array of what? Array of structure variable. Structure variable itself stores the elements in contiguous memory location, as well as this array also going to store the elements in contiguous memory location. So roll number 102. Next memory address will be, it is 117. It will be 100. Sorry, कितना है? It is 90. So 90.00, which is marks. Marks. Next is section. Section is character B, which is at 118. Right from here till here, it is ARR of 1. Now we will mention ARR of 2's information, which is this one. Roll number, which is 103. Starting with section, how it will take. So 119 it will be. Next
125.
right here, where? Oh, we forgot. It is double. Okay, so it will be like 1. So 17 plus 8, it is 125. My bad. 125 plus 1, how much it will be? 126 it will be. Next, very nice. So next is next is roll number. Roll number will require 4 byte. It is 126. That is roll number definitely store at 130. This percentage, which is 70.00. This is marks. Again 130 plus 8, it will be 138, and this will be the section. Section is a C. In single quote it will be represented, and what it is ARR of 2. It is ARR of 2, and whole together this forms complete A, that is array of structure variable. So whole together this is array of structure variable, ARR. And what is it? Array of struct right here. Okay, till then what we'll do, हाँ एक लाइन भी ड्रॉ करना था. So what I will do, I'll just print the array. So to print the array, what is the smarter way? It is with for loop int I equal to 0, I is less than, what is the size? It is 3, I plus plus, and I will say within for loop body I will say print slash n std. Again I will first print student info slash n printf slash n roll number equal to %d comma. हाँ चलो बताओ क्या करना पड़ेगा. How you print the array element? Name of array followed by what? Subscript and index dot. यहाँ पे क्या प्रिंट करना है? Roll number, right? Next print f slash n. I need to print, let's say, marks equal to %lf, that is dot 2 comma arr of I dot section, sorry, marks, and printf. Again I will mention slash n section print करना है, which is character, and comma I will say arr, that is name of array, dot I section, something like this. So all this will print my student information, whatever is there. Let's check it out. Compile the code, which is demo number 10, and run it. Am I getting student info roll number 101 80% section A? Next is roll number let's say 102 90 section B, roll number next information 103 70% and section C. Everyone, are we getting the information which is stored in array? So this is the declaration. There is one more declaration or rather for array. इसका मैं कॉम्बिनेशन आपको ऑलरेडी बता देता हूँ, सो देयर वोंट बी एनी कंफ्यूजन. अगर ट्विस्टर में पूछा जाता है तो सेम एरे को मैं रिप्रेजेंट कर पाऊंगा. यहाँ पे आई चेंज द नेम समथिंग लाइक दिस. इफ देयर इज एनीथिंग लाइक दिस, सो प्लीज कंसिडर इट इज द सेम. ठीक है. Again this one, and this is like कुछ कम ज़्यादा हो गया, यहाँ पे खत्म होगा ना, and यहाँ पे शुरू होगा रोल नंबर से and यहाँ पे एंड होगा. Okay, so this is like same declaration and initialization. Maybe आगे जाके ऐसे हो सकता है, they may give some insufficient information. So ऐसे कुछ रहेगा. ऐसे भी हो सकता है. ठीक है. तो ये डिक्लेरेशंस अपने पास यानी लिख के रखो. ये फ्लो समझ में आया क्या? वैल्यू कैसे प्रिंट होंगे? डू यू नीड ड्राई रन फॉर इट? ये समझ में आया कि आपको एक्सप्लेन करने की जरूरत है? शैल आई एक्सप्लेन इट? वन गो. So this is the array we are accessing, which is having 3 variables of student structure, we are trying to access it. So for I equal to 0, I is less than 3, I plus plus. Again right here we are saying ARR of I, this time ARR of I, that means 0. So ARR of 0, ARR of 0 dot roll number. Better I will copy paste it. रोल नंबर यहाँ पे देख के बताओ डायग्राम में क्या है. ARR ऑफ 0 का रोल नंबर क्या है? इट इज 101. अगेन कॉपी. ARR ऑफ 0 ऑफ मार्क्स क्या है? ARR ऑफ 0 ऑफ मार्क्स 80%. नेक्स्ट ARR ऑफ 0 ऑफ सेक्शन अदर ARR of 0 dot section, ये क्या है? Which is capital A. Okay. Next, I will be incremented. It was previously 0, 1. 1 is less than 3. Condition true. Again, it will repeat. ARR of 1. Roll number. ARR of 1. Marks. ARR of 1. Section. Roll number. ARR of 1. Roll number. ARR of 1. Mark. ARR of 1. Section. Next I will be incremented, that is 1/3 2 हो जाएगा. 2 is less than 3. Termination condition true, will enter inside this loop. And again ARR of 2 dot roll number, ARR of 2 dot mark, and ARR of 2 dot section will be printed right here. That means ARR of 2 is here, which is 103, 70, and C will be printed. And I का वैल्यू इंक्रीमेंट हो जाएगा 3. 3 is less than 3. टर्मिनेशन कंडीशन फेल. टर्मिनेट द प्रोग्राम. दैट्स इट. इज इट ओके एवरीवन? इसमें कुछ डाउट है? डायग्राम में आपको कुछ पूछना है? यू वांट टू आस्क एनीथिंग विद इन डायग्राम? array of structure variables. So this diagram is essential. ये डायग्राम भी आपके नोटबुक में ड्रॉ करना once you reach into the lab. We will stop here. It is 11 past 23. So we will start the lab sharp at 11 past 35. And again on time आना है. आज का क्लास वर्क यही हम कंप्लीट करना है. I will set the exam to today itself.